Hello, Doctor. This is our group project final report presentation. Our group project is about internet crime investigation based on Chengdu Afankeke. Our group team members are ZHUO and Huangnan. The whole group project divided into 7 parts, including case background, event description, goal and precautions, forensic design and strategy, data analysis, digital forensic analysis report, and our conclusion. So in the first part, it's about case background, including research significance, project background, and cyber attacks. The first research significance is what we do is to study the attack method in current case and prevent such attacks. And the project background is a company in China, Chengdu, that the internet server was attacked by unknown people. So the cyber attacks is mainly internet system attack depends on the security. So that's about the case background. And the next part is about crime case description, including case content and Chengdu Afankeke server attack. So our whole crime case description divided 5 parts. The first part is about real case investigation, and the second part is what we do in the internet crime, and the third part is Chengdu Afankeke server attack. And the next part is we received the investigation and we check the regulation. And the last part is we carry out the investigation. And then our team member Mr. Huang will give us more detail about the investigation.
Next, I will introduce the introduction of the third, fourth, and the fifth parts. The third part is the goal and the precautions, which are divided into 4 small parts. The case process is mainly about the evidence collection of enterprise servers. The data collection is about the forensic tools we use in this activity. And in this investigation, we strictly abide by the relevant requirements of forensics and finally get a summary report. The fourth part is the investigation design and strategy, which is divided into 4 parts. Forensic tools, implementation plans, routine inspection of servers, acquisition and recovery, in which forensic tools part we use the AutoPass, Validity, and Wireshark. Next, we briefly introduce the 3 softwares used in this survey. They all have advantages in their relevant fields. AutoPSY is for image file processing, Validity is for information recovery in memory, and Wireshark is software for analyzing network content. The next subtitle implementation plans are mainly divided into the following 5 steps before the investigation. The next subtitle in the 4th section introduce routine forensic inspection of servers, which are divided into 4 steps. The first is conduct a routine inspection. The second is that some special equipment will be used. And the third is the server research. Finally, select the individual problematic server for analysis. The 5th part is digital forensic timetable. As written in the figure, it is divided into 12 steps, of which project proposal, evidence collection, forensic analysis, and report writing are relatively important.
Okay, next part I will introduce the data connection analysis, which is a very important part in our whole project, including data classification and where Wireshark tool used, and log analysis and summary of data connection. So the first thing is the two different type classification, which is valuable data and non-susceptible data. And then the next part is what the Wireshark data analyst for HTTP. The first is use the Wireshark background to capture packets. The third is log in the system in the Windows. And the third is stop the Wireshark analyst data. And the next part is analyst log record. It's including the 5 parts. Server was installed by the administrator, and then we will check the log status, and we will also check the installation log, and including IIS assist logs, and we also view the source code in the Windows document. The next part is our summary of this data collection, which are 2 parts, including the data collection steps and the process of data analysis. The first data collection steps including demonstration and design, formulation, configuration of data, and writing the research report, identification of the detail, and final give our data report and summary. And the most important thing is about the process of the data analysis, including 5 steps. One is clear analysis purpose, and 2 is data preparation. 3rd is data processing, and 4 is data analysis and mining. The 5th is perform data chart display. Okay, so next part is digital forensic analysis report, which is also very important in our ZHUO project, including analysis after data captured, also forensic analysis, data safety testing, forensic analysis of server optimization, and server common troubleshooting. The first is analysis after data capture. So, when we capture the data, we have to give our detailed analysis of the whole process. So we use log troubleshooting analysis and routine troubleshooting analysis and the server results analysis and the analysis of the server network architecture layered. These are 4 important steps of the data captured analysis. And then I will introduce the forensic analysis of hardware level and common problems. There are 4 important problems and also very happen frequently in our daily life. The one is power supply system and UPS configuration and infrastructure. And the last important is about the hardware, about firefighting equipment. We need to prepare our such equipment in our case. And then I will introduce the data safety testing is mainly for system security, because security is very important in our ZHUO investigation. So we have to check the server states and check the current process situation, like the task manager, right? And also check the system account and check the current port opening situation. Last, we checked the system service, because we have to check whether it is start, to see whether there is no new ongoing servers, to see or to determine the purpose of the service. And the next is about forensic analysis of server optimization. There are 4 notices we have to know. One is do not turn off system service, because this step is protect storage. And then is about improve the processing efficiency of IIS. We starting with HTTP configuration, and the third, we adjust the IIS CACs. We set the IIS server as a standard long server. And last thing is limit access traffics. Okay, so next part is our own conclusion. So after we do our whole investigation, we give our conclusion of this case. In the case of digital crime investigation happened in Chengdu Afenco company, the complaint server was attacked, and we failed to find out what the attack is and what we can do from the attack. There are two different ways and to do this investigation. Also, we use three different forensic tools like autopsy and Wireshark, blah blah. After the verse runs and it remains the path in our computer file location, so we just find out what it is and what we can do to protect our computer. So after we realize the double click and the exe document just automatically run in our computer. So we just try to find it out and use the forensic tool to recover this computer, and we find the verse document exe and we remove it out and to recover our computer. In our final report, we also have some reference books like Chinese People's Republic Security, Yang Li and Huang Shuhuan, and also blah blah others. So when we finish our report, we very appreciate that the knowledge we have learned from the forensic class. And the two of us as international students from China, we have big challenge about the language. So we try our best to do this investigation and to write our report. And first of all, we both of us want to thank Doctor. Thank you to give our guideline and give our explanation to our group project. And at the same time, it took us, I guess, 2 months to complete the whole project report. And in the process of struggle, and it brings us many impression and harvest. So finally, thank you again. And the course seems will coming to an end, but both of us will never stop learning. And I, with Huangnan, we will continue to work hard to know more knowledge in this forensic field. Due to the limitation of our language level, it is imitated that the report and our group project is not as good as others. But we will try to do more and to learn more in this field. That's the presentation about our whole project. Thank you again, Doctor.